What's up, people? You should already know the name by now, but for y'all that don't, I'm Sean J Says, man. And today's video, it was actually I did it a long time ago. No, I wrote them down a long time ago. But today's video is going to be on my top 10 Android phones of all time. Basically, as far as of the day. But like I said, I did this list. Of course, here's my list on my iPhone. Evernote. But I did this list about at least about a month or two ago. So it kind of there's been some phones that come in and it's been updated, but this is just my list from back then. And of course, I'm gonna start off with number 10, with of course the T-Mobile G1. Of course that was the launch of Android. A lot of people loved it, a lot of people hated it. It was something new, something fresh. So of course that made the list. Number 10, it's a revolutionary phone. Okay, number 9, Droid from Verizon. Number 8, T-Mobile G2. Like I said, it came in, the predecessor to, the G1, had a few changes, few updates, made it a real likable phone, so of course it made the list. And of course another game changer at number 7, you got the Samsung Galaxy, the very first one. I said real game changer. The Samsung Galaxy, the very first one, it made me starting to see what Android could really hold. I mean, as far as under the hood, the specs and everything, that actually made me want to start looking into Android. Back then it was either iPhone, you had Android creeping up, but you had BlackBerry. And of course, then I was crossed between iPhone and BlackBerry. So that makes my list at number 7. Number 6, Droid Razr Maxx comes in. Everybody loved the Razr flip phone from back in the day, and so of course it made my list because it was also a little game changer, as you say. It came in, had a really solid battery life that everybody was looking for with Android phones. Because of course, being on Verizon, and Verizon has like the best internet for on the phone ever, and it needed that battery life, so that's where the Droid Razr Maxx came in on my list at number 6. Now, of course, about to get into the top 5. At number 5, you got Sprint's. They went all in with this device. I mean, I have no complaints. I actually had it. Of course, I didn't have Sprint service, but I actually had the phone and demoed it back in the day, and just had a little time to mess with it to try and get with Android to see how it really is. But number 5, the HTC Evo. Love the phone. Love the 4G WiMAX that came with it when from my other friends who actually had it, and I could actually use their phone, whatever. Like I said, I had kind of like a little loner one, so that's neither here or there. And of course, coming in at number 4, this was my favorite Android phone. Like you couldn't tell me nothing about this phone for nothing. But Samsung Galaxy S2 Skyrocket, I loved it. I was actually waiting on the HD to come out, but AT&T scrapped it. I don't know why, because that was going to be my decision. It's either going to be, you had the Skyrocket 2 HD, or you had the Galaxy Note. But hey, they went along and scrapped it. But that's neither here or there. But I love the Galaxy S2 Skyrocket. It was the first AT&T 4G LTE device. So Skyrocket, it get my salute. Of course, number 3, going back to Sprint, they had another game changer, which was here and there. With this phone, it's the HTC Evo 3D. I mean, it's the first phone in as far as me doing this tech thing. That's the only phone that I've seen so far that has any 3D capabilities. And the reason why I say it's a hit or miss, because I know a lot of people that had the phone, they love the specs of the phone, they love the camera, all the features that it has, like the cell timer, countdown to take pictures, different under the hood, the specs of it, but they really didn't use the 3D features like that. So they got, I believe, Sprint and HTC, they got people as far as trying to get the phone to you, but as far as using the features, it kind of the the 3D feature, I think they could have just let that go. Cause I know a lot of people who didn't really even use it. I mean, and then of course you had the people who were like, well, I know I'm not going to use it, so they didn't get the phone. But of course, for different other specs, they got it on that. And of course, coming down to the last two, I think a lot of people are gonna like these last two. Of course, coming in at number two, the biggest phone ever to come out so far in the States, Samsung Galaxy Note. Big 5.3-inch screen. Super AMOLED Plus display. I mean, there's nothing you can really say about it. I've only heard two things bad about it, and of course, from a lot of people, they say that they don't see how theirs is, but I heard it was laggy. But like I said, it's the Samsung Galaxy Note at number two on my list. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I can say bad about the Samsung Galaxy Note from playing around with it. And of course, the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 is out. Now, if I would have just previously did this list either this week, last week, or the week before last, like I said, I did this list almost 2 months ago. So if I would have known the Galaxy Note 2 would have been out right now when I was doing this video, it would actually be number one on my list, and I'll have to take one of the Android phones out. But like I said, Samsung Galaxy Note 2, and of course, number one. I mean, ain't no reason for me not to say this one. Samsung Galaxy S3. I mean, S3 is just a beast of a phone, man. 4.8-inch screen, Super AMOLED Plus. You got 2 gigs of RAM. Not quad core, dual core processor. It's a beast of a phone. Right now, it's killing. It was killing the iPhone 4S. It's competing with the iPhone 5. I mean, of course, a lot of review places will be like, well, I still put the S3 or the iPhone 5, but I mean, that's you can take that with a grain of salt. I mean, hey, that just is what it is. But that concludes my list of top 10 Android phones. So, tell me what you guys think about it. Put a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about it. Do you feel that I should have other phones on there? Do you think some phones should be higher than the others? Like I said, just let me know in the comments below, man. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.